I'm going to make this one short and sweet. I began exposing large scale, widespread real estate schemes and scams during the early part of the 1980s, all the way through the 1980s and the 90s, and right up until the big implosion in 2006, 7, and 8, called the Great Crash of 2006, 7, and 8. Now, I went to the Houston Post, I went to the Houston Chronicle, I went to the Conroe Courier, I went to ABC News, NBC News, CBS, and even PBS. I went to congressmen, I went to senators, I went to state attorney generals, I went to U.S. assistant U.S. attorneys by the name of Henry Onken at 515 Rusk, and I went to the FBI, and I went to the U.S. Postal Service, and I went to the Office of Interstate Land Sales Registration in HUD. I went to the Postal Service. I went to every damn government agency you can think of. And I rose ever loving stinking hell. Now, for my friends there at the New Untouchables, and for this lady, Catherine Austin Fitz, I worked right straight across the street from the federal courthouse building the Republic Bank back in the 1990s. 1980s, I worked downtown extensively on Texas Commerce Bank, Allied Bank, First City Bank. I can go all day long naming banks. I rose ever loving friggin' hell about all these land swindles and schemes and scams before Peter Bruton wrote his book, The Mafia, the CIA, and George Bush. And this was before Professor William K. Black got hired out in San Francisco. I guess he started working out there in the late 1980s. I had been raising hell about this massive looting of the American financial system many, many, many years before Patrick Lovell and Eric Vaughn and the Con ever saw the day of light. The light of day, excuse me. I'll make something absolutely crystalline clear. I filed information and amicus briefs in United States District Judge Alfred H. Bennett's courtroom in Houston regarding the Colony Ridges case. My amicus brief is on record. It's document 102. And all of my exploits, if you will, raising hell and blowing the whistle included Senator Phil Gramm, Congressman Henry B. Gonzalez, John Tower before he died, and his executive assistant, Ken Caperton. I went to Mark White during Ann Richards' governorship when Mark White was Attorney General, all the way through Jim Maddox's Attorney General service, and Greg Abbott and John Cornyn, and I go all day long. This is a message to Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, Judge Alfred H. Bennett, and everybody else involved in this giant, unbelievable mess called the Colony Ridges. There's hundreds and hundreds of those land swindles all over Montgomery County, all around Harris County, Fort Bend County, Chambers County, Galveston County, all over the state. Tarrant County down to southwest along the U.S.-Mexican border. So this is a direct message to Catherine Austin Fitz. The anal rape, the financial anal rape, also known as the financial coup d'etat, which I was raising hell about all through the 1990s. The financial coup d'etat. And I've got records, Catherine Austin Fitz, out the ass concerning HUD and what HUD did not do, what FHA did not do. I got huge volumes upon volumes of records and witnesses by the millions that the United States government, Housing and Urban Development, FHA, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, you name it, They didn't lift a finger. They didn't do anything except attack me. They attacked me like they've attacked this Renee Good woman. The first thing they do is put 3 bullets in her face, and then they make her out to be some kind of a loose cannon, left-wing lunatic threat to the national security. And that's J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel in their shitbag mouths. I said it again, shitbag mouths. So yes, the United States Secret Service, the U.S. Secret Service and the FBI in Houston, Texas are very well aware of the fact, as are the Texas state authorities and the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office, the Montgomery County Attorney's Office, and the Montgomery County Commissioner's Court. They know absolutely damn well that I've been raising ever-loving freaking hell about all these real estate schemes and real estate scams and churning and dirt dealing and bank looting and money laundering. I've been doing it over 40 years, Catherine Austin Fitz. And you got a little friend down there by the name of Linda Miner. She ran Kinder Care there in the Kingwood. I used to take my youngest daughter to Kinder Care. I used to talk to Linda Miner. I didn't know she was an assistant Harris County attorney. And you want to talk about a witness? Let's talk about Linda Miner and her position as an assistant Harris County prosecutor. She knows damn well that old Judson Witham used to take his daughter to her daycare center, her and her husband's daycare center. So Catherine Austin Fitz, this idea that Eric Vaughn and Patrick Lovell and William K. Black and the New Untouchables and the group over there at the con and all them people, they've only been working on this stuff about, I don't know, maybe 6, 8 years, maybe 5 years, something like that. I've been doing it for over 45 years. And if you think I'm fooling around, get a hold of United States District Judge Alfred H. Bennett. Get a hold of the Attorney General for the state of Texas, Ken Paxton. Get a hold of the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau and the Assistant U.S. Attorney's Office and FBI office in Houston, Texas. And then pick up the phone and get a hold of former U.S. Secret Service agent Rick Williams. He's a security director for ConocoPhillips Oil up at the Woodlands. United States Secret Service agent Rick Williams knows me very well. And all this missing trillions, it's because the government itself did it. The government itself did it, Professor Bill Black. Don't you ever forget it. The government itself did it, Eric Vaughn. The government did it. Patrick Lovell. So everybody have a wonderful day and be aware of this. Document 102 in the Colony Ridges litigation is factual. 100% factual. And I got witnesses by the trainload. I have witnesses in the hundreds of thousands, even millions of people. Absolutely. And on a closing note, make sure you get a copy of the Houston Chronicle and the Conroe Courier and read all about Judson Witham's whistleblowing back in the 80s and the 90s and the few years right up until the crash of 2006, 7, and 8. And I've been raising hell about this bullshit all along, up to and currently today. Yep, January the 10th, 2026. And you can send a copy of this video over to United States District Judge Alfred H. Bennett. That's my testimony. And under the penalty of perjury, it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Catherine Austin Fitz.